I apologize. I apologize. I apologize. Thank y'all very much for letting me know. Man, that's why it's a good thing I got this backup. Good morning. Good evening. Good afternoon. My brothers and sisters over here on YouTube. Thursday. I'm sure y'all can hear me now, right? I'm sure y'all can hear me now. We have to prepare ourselves and get ourselves ready against that day, the 16th of May. Getting ready for Pentecost. In between that time, we have a little bit of labor, a lot of work to do. Hallelujah. I appreciate y'all communicating with me. If I didn't, I wouldn't even know what to do on this chat thing right here. One of y'all communicating. This guy is in there having a moment right now with his mother, so we'll let them take care of that, and we'll keep on going on and moving on with the broadcast. Hey, I said it the other day. I wanted to make sure I put on Patreon. I'm not so sure if everybody is actually getting some of the notifications and stuff there on YouTube, but nevertheless, here at the feast, someone left a Samsung Galaxy S10, a Samsung Galaxy S10. I've been trying for a whole week or two now, trying to get this thing back to him, and it's in a case like this. All right, and no telling who this phone could be. When you have 864 people here on the land, it's something to try and to get people's belongings to them. Tonight we have Sisters broadcast 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, and then right up there immediately the next day, be the Father's will, we have yours truly, Pastor Dowell, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. We'll be here same time, same channel. Glory to the King. Thank you, love. We are. It's raining here today, but we are sincerely preparing ourselves to get ourselves ready for a hell of a lot of building. As a matter of fact, we have to do it now. Now, I'm going to go over this just for a second, and like I said before, I advise all you brethren that if you're going to do any kind of building today, you probably want to look at going concrete, because or until the wood prices go back down, if they ever go back down, because they're talking about that by this summer, wood prices going up another 40%. Now, I didn't say 5%, 10%, 20%, 30%. I said 40%. What we usually do when we have an environment like this, talking about here straightway, what we usually do is we'll go ahead and handle all our projects that need concrete and fence posts and all this other stuff. We'll do all the other stuff that we hadn't done. And then when wood prices begin to go back down, then we'll buy. We buy on the dips. And then we'll start working on those other projects. But we're not about to sit up here and pay the type of price that they're asking. No way, shape, fashion, or form. My brother Steve, sometime today up there in Canada, my brother, I'm going to call you and speak to you about a few things that Michael Israel wanted to run past me, and a few things we need to speak about as well. Maybe we get a little bit of info. I don't know. I mean, Canada's tripping still concerning the border. They just tripping. We hope that each and every last one of you are really truly working on yourself and getting yourself right. Now, on Patreon, I've been posting some videos getting back into the mix. It usually takes about a week and a half for us here at Straightway to recover. Literally to recover after we get finished with a feast day. That's what it usually takes us. Because, we still don't stop now. We're planning on shutting the community down. And
hey, ladies,
what I mean by shutting
here.
the community down, I mean shutting the community down. I think maybe first day. We'll start first day and we'll send it on. I appreciate each and every last one of you for y'all super chat offers. I really, really, truly do. Don't forget that you have the option for Cash App as well as PayPal if you so choose. Glory to the King. Hallelujah. On the Patreon channel over there, there is a sister, a Gentile woman, who I've actually been posting. Now, I will tell you right now, she's probably one of the first women that I've ever posted on probably any platform. I remember, I forget what the other lady name was. I remember I used to talk about and speak about her. And when I mean talk about, I'm talking about it in a good way. This lady right here, her theology and her mindset and what she's learning, she's got it together. And the sad thing to say about it, she has it more together than a lot of so-called Israelite women. And she truly does. You seen her right there on Patreon and stuff, and you have to understand that if you see me posting something coming from someone that's outside of the nation, you know that it's relevant and prevalent. One thing that she does have is the spirit of truth. As a matter of fact, she has it even more so than our sisters that are so-called in the ministries. And she is growing by leaps and bounds, and she's getting this. Her name is Radha, Radha, submissive wife, happy life Michaels. Isn't that beautiful? Submissive wife. And she really truly goes in hard on the man being the king of his castle. Yeah, Noah girl. That's right, Noah girl. But she has it. She got it together. She truly has it down pat. And not only that, she actually is learning and is being joyful in the role and the way that she is supposed to be. No, she's not Noah girl. Her name is Radha, submissive wife, happy life Michaels. And I tell you, just the mere fact that she has the term in there, submissive wife, is going to throw a lot of people off. And it's sad that I can actually post a sister that's outside of the ministry like this is speaking the truth. And I can't find too many Israelite women out there, with the exception of Mother Jennifer, Mother Carol, and the number ones that's in society right here. Somebody text Brother Kabir and let him know that I'm on live right now, okay? But it's sad but you know what? It's not sad at all. Let me rephrase that. Because what Paul had wrote about over in the book of Romans, that the Gentiles will be grafted in. And when they're coming in as grafted in, man, they're going to show so much honor and respect for the truth, the culture, that we despised. Can somebody please, anyway, nobody got text to them fast enough, did they? Well, anyway, we are actually doing what we can. Carol, you going to get that? This is unreal. It's unreal. But anyway, I lost my train of thought where I was at. Anyway, nevertheless, we got some. We're going to be down at the community in Georgia. Not this week. It's probably going to be next week sometime. I'll let y'all in and keep y'all in on the festivities of that. That's what we're going to do. But I wanted to speak to us here this morning about a few things that's going on. And I posted some of it up there on Patreon. And the ways that the things are going in this world and how things are changing fast. We're quickly coming into that culture where the book speaks about and it warns us about. And he calls it all. Now, what's amazing is that things that used to be, open for alleged so-called options and stuff like this, these Democrats, boy, they must be smelling blood and smelling it in a major, major way, because the type of government, do y'all understand what's going on, the type of government that's being ran right now? Or have we literally lost our ever-loving mind? Well, anyway, what's going on is just the other day I was sitting down and I came across on YouTube TV. I have an Xbox in there, and I can hook it up to YouTube TV, right? And I came across in there on YouTube TV, there was this commercial by Amazon. And, of course, they're speaking about, equality. They're speaking about environment and all this other stuff. And so I immediately looked over my head, and I said, I said, think about this for a second. Think about this for a second. What they're doing is they're positioning themselves for this so-called quote-unquote Green New Deal. And I think it's the acronyms of it is GSP. I got to do a little bit more study on it. But what's happening right before our very eyes is that corporations, major corporations, big corporations, millionaires, billionaires. If you notice, Bill Gates is buying up a lot of land, just like China did here in America. And what they're doing is they're positioning themselves in the new credit rating system. I know it sounds crazy, but I'm telling you the truth. The new credit rating system. And how you get a high score for this new credit rating system is you've got to show some type of participation in the environment, meeting the conditions of the government when it's speaking about fairness and equality concerning employment. And they have a whole list of stuff over there. And how it's going to affect the consumer is that if you're not investing in these companies that are going in on this Green New Deal, and notice everything today is not an option. They're trying to force comply you with everything, every single thing. It's like the vaccines. They expect for you to just go run down there and let them poke you in the arm just because they said so. And they keep on and 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 on. You know, people have gotten to the point today that if you say something and you continue to keep saying it enough, over and over and repetitive about it, and you keep on saying it over and over and over and over again, you know, one day they're going to be convinced. And then no amount of clear truth, no amount of clear evidence that you present to them is going to lodge, nor will it ever register with them. You know the reason why? Because they're so used to being mesmerized by the repetitive repetition of being conditioned by that one-eyed monster and the so-called news media today, and by being bombarded over and 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 over. And that's the way they get everybody. They keep on saying it over and over and over again, keep on presenting it over and over and over again to make you think that there's no other way. And they're using fear, intimidation, and coercion in order trying to pass this. And I'm telling you, we are of the lions of the tribe of Judah. We're not sheep. We're the sheep of his pasture. But we're not a bunch of cattle like they make statements to us, you know, so that even if you receive herd mentality, you know, or herd vaccination or whatever it is, you know, they got all these different sayings and all these different quotes and stuff that they come up with and they make. But like I said, I guess self-autonomy today is going to be one of the greatest cuss words of all times. Because if you notice, has anybody noticed this, or has it just been me only and only I? Has it only been only I? That in this society, you go to the government food camps, and they're trying to get you as soon as they can today. They get you in the government food camps, and they get you preschool. They want you before preschool, and they want to get you away from your families as quick as possible, so that they can train you up to know how to function in their world. And so they've learned that it could do this with all of the indoctrination programs that you receive by the public food system and the private food system, because they're pretty much the same curriculum. It's just that one has more education available to it than the other. Herd immunity, that's what it is. And when you get a society like that, they can only think based on what has ever been placed in them. You know, for instance, you know, y'all seen a hard drive before, right? Or solid state drive. All right. If they put information on you or in you, see this right here is a solid state drive. Okay. It's a storage of information. And once they put this information on that drive, anytime something that is said, your mind automatically draws from what's already been stored in there. Not that you've had one original thought, not that you have done your own independent thinking, not that you have done your own independent research, and not that you have used any self-autonomy whatsoever at all. They're banking on you to draw from the conditioning process that they're put in your mind. And you continue to keep doing it, and that's what they call truth. So society has presented a way and a lifestyle towards us and to us. That's what they're doing and have done. And the majority of this world functions after it. And now government has gotten into the business, along with the court systems, of trying to define what morality is. You know, we've got over 6,000 years of history of what morality is, and now they're redefining all in a few years. And so everything that we know it is being turned literally upside down. Literally upside down. And the world as we know it, as I often say, the ground beneath your feet is giving way. And it's giving way pretty fast. I am not, as of yet, because I've been in the feast days, have heard of the H.R. 5 Equality Act. But I can tell you one thing, I'm definitely going to look into it. I can tell you that. Now, my job is to go ahead and read between the lines and discern between the lines of the mess that the mainstream news media and a lot of other outsources or whatever it is they're trying to put and sell to you and make sense of it and communicate it in such a way to where we know that those of us who are set apart, those of us who believe in the scriptures, because you do know that we live in a country that, just like communist China, the Bible is getting ready to get banned in this country. Now, that doesn't mean it's going to be banned amongst us. And of course, I digress and I go off into Joe Biden is allegedly going to be aggressive on his gun control. He need to be concentrating on that border down there and the flood of immigrants that are coming in to this border. I can't call them illegal immigrants, because if that's the case, then that means that the Europeans who have stolen this land unjustly didn't even declare war. Just come in and stole this land unjustly. That means that they will be illegal immigrants. And if people like these designations and these classifications, they could choose to bite off on them or not. But man, the Democrats is impoverishing the country. Now, what was it? There was a company up there in, I think it was either in Michigan or Ohio, under President Trump. He convinced a lot of these mainstream or a lot of these main corporations like Ford, HP, and some other people to not pack up, jump ship, and move to Mexico or China. Well, since the Democrats have come in office, Biden is already on the tear to up corporate taxes from 21% to 29%. And they're really truly talking about taxing the living daylights out of the businesses and the corporations. And of course, what did they say they do? They're not playing this dog and pony show. You know what they're doing? Because they can do it. They have the money to do it. They have the capital to do it. They're headed straight to Mexico. And now there are more of these jobs where people who have depended on a certain lifestyle. You know, when you work at Nissan, you work at Ford, and you work at any of these plants right here, and you're making $30, $40, $50 an hour, there's a certain lifestyle that comes with that. I want y'all to listen to me what I'm getting ready to say. And since most people that in this country, based on the conditioning process, most people, since they don't know how to function right, they don't know how to think right, they'll take that $30 and $40, $50 an hour that they get and believe that they're making a lot of money, and they are. But they will foolishly take that money and look at how much ceiling or room that they have and see how much stuff that they can buy on credit. And they'll go and get up against close to that ceiling to the point that they're living from paycheck to paycheck. And then when you get there's the Democratic administration in here, like the Biden administration, and they're starting to raise taxes in there, shutting down jobs and only jobs that the job market can actually promote is the service sector jobs. You know, working at Hardee's or McDonald's, Denny's or IHOP, restaurants, stuff like that, or being a janitor or something like that. You know, they're talking about they're creating jobs. They're not creating no real jobs that's going to keep up with this lavish lifestyle that Americans have learned how to live. Now, your government through, and that's why I keep telling you, we're moving from a constitutional republic to a socialist system, which we've been actually practicing the Lenin, the Stalin, and the Hitler model for a long time. And we're headed straight towards communism, like Russia and China. And what happens is that in the midst of all this, you've been sucked up into believing the American dream now, and you call it your job as if you have ownership in it. Not so. And they have moved your $30, $40, $50 an hour job to Mexico, and now you have no job. Now guess what? Well, you have no job now, and now you're sitting here looking at a mortgage, $2,000, $3,000 a month, $700, $800, $9 a month, truck or car payment. I mean, you going in. And then you still have all these other bills that are still sitting in front of you. And I tell you what, who in the world is the one to tell you wisdom and how to actually navigate from that when you've been so used to living a life a certain way and now it's totally taken away from you? What are you going to do then? Because that type of job ain't coming back, and you can work 2 or 3 service sector jobs and you will still never, ever, ever get nowhere near to what you were making on that one job. It just ain't going to happen. And they know this. You hear what I said? And they know this. They know this with all of their heart. And the whole idea is to continue to keep on bankrupting the country. You have to understand, what we're looking at and what we're dealing with today is something that is done on a concerted effort. How does this ESG or these programs or this environmental thing is going to be working? How is it going to work? Well, it's going to affect the credit rating to the point that you can't even go out and be a homeowner. Because remember, we made a mistake depending on somebody else to build our home for us. We act like that we don't have the competency. We act like that we don't have the mental fortitude. We act like that we're not educated enough to go out there and put things together and build it ourselves, but we have to always do things the way that they tell us to. And if we can't do it the way that they tell us to, then we can't function. I don't know where this mindset comes from. I don't know where it originates from. But I do know one thing, that it handicaps us as a people. It handicaps us as a people in a bad way. And it's not good in any way, shape, fashion, or form. How do you wake people up out of this stupor? I don't know. I've been trying for 25, 30 years. I've had the people who have mocked me, ridiculed me, derided me, shot at me, make fun of me, lie on me. You name it, they've done it. All right? And they've done all this. And when they've done all this, they've done it and they started out with such vigor and consistency. And I mean, they really lowered and laid in on me. They called me a cult leader, a crackpot, a fanatic, a kook. I mean, nobody supported me, really. And I'm like, man, what is this? Is this Satan attacking me or something? I had to pretty much chalk it up as Satan was attacking me. And then that made me drive on even farther, even more so. Especially when you realize the spiritual ramifications and what's going on. Because Satan is relentless. All this attack, because Satan used human beings. All to try to get me to stop doing what I'm doing. And I was just meditating on that this morning. About how many people who have literally gotten free. No, they're not mocking anymore. As a matter of fact, if anything, they're regretting that they did any mocking. And I don't have nothing for them. I have nothing against them, but I don't have anything for them either. They wasn't here when they had an opportunity to help me build, to come alongside and come on in and help building this wonderful work. But boy, they sure was there to lend their voices to condemn. Man, were they there to lend their voices to condemn. And we've had so many people, and I even hate to even go this route and go this way, but I'm going to have to use it. We've had so many people put their mouth on the ministry, all because of envy. Every single bit of it. All because of envy. They didn't have the blueprint. They didn't have the plan. They had nothing that has ever originated with them. And since it didn't originate with them, and they're not coming in to build a work, first they come in espousing your liberty, then they work to the next thing, which is to try to tear down what they can't help build because they can't build themselves. But however, there are a few men and a few women that have come into this thing. And not only are they helpers of the work to help build, because after all, you know who ministry they're building, right? They're building the Most Highs. But not only have they come in to help build, but man, they have been an asset and not a liability. They have been a complete 100% asset. And being that complete 100% asset, man, they have gotten themselves free. They're out of debt. Now, of course, you know, when you're starting communities and you're starting homesteads, everybody needs to exercise some restraint and pause and realize what's taking place. You're going from one particular brand of lifestyle to another. And so it's going to take a lot of patience, a lot of humility, a lot of kindness. A lot of times you taking your feelings and your emotions and throwing them on the sword in order for everybody to be able to try to grow together. Because, you know, when you first start off, if you're not careful, you can bite and devour each other, bite and devour one another. And you can actually have blood on your hands by causing someone to be highly irritated and highly upset to the point they don't even want to fellowship with you anymore. Because, you know, the fellowship has become so oppressive. So remember, as the Most High Yah has dealt with us all this time, afford the same opportunity to a lot of other people and let the Most High Yah also deal with them as well. But I tell you, when I look back and I see all of the communities that we have now and how many people that own the communities, how many people are living set apart, how many people are trying to continue to keep striving in this, and they're more free and they're combining all the resources and everything together, and we're coming together in one heart, one mind, one soul, one spirit, all for the sole purpose. All for the sole purpose that we can present something to the generations coming after us, because we are literally doing and have done and will continue to keep doing the work that nobody else had it in their spirit to do. And most people, I can tell you right now, they ain't about that action. Most people are more about talking than literal doing. You'll find very, very few people that's literally going to put their hand to the plow. Very, very few people that's literally going to put their hand to the plow and really, truly do this work. You're not going to find too many of them like that. I'm telling you, there just ain't too many in the world. And it's sad. It really is sad because, you know, it could be a whole lot more other people in the world helping and coming alongside to do this work, but they just not about it. I don't know for what reason, but I do know this. When you look and see what's going on in this world, in this society today, you literally, truly are running out of options. And pretty soon they're going to be sporting men and marrying dogs and women wearing dogs. And I mean, the perversion level is going up and has gone up to an all new high. I think that the way that we are today, and I understand that, you know, the cup and the measure of that cup literally has to be filled up. But man, I can tell you right now, the way that things are going today, I don't think that Sodom and Gomorrah was nowhere near the wickedness. And mind you, that was the inception of general civilization and society back then. But what we dealing with today, man, this is an all new high. This is literally an all-new high. And it's bad. It's really bad. And you have no choice. The time of trying to wait for you to come on out and stuff, hey, it's gotten to the point now you can't even come out no more. You literally gonna have to jump out. That is how bad that it is out there. That is literally how bad it is. And you just, holiness is all but literal dead today. And we wonder why. That we see a lot of these conditions right here. We're seeing a lot of men living after emotions, making judgments and decisions on emotions. It's because they all been raised by women. And, of course, the women have done a job, make sure that they run the man up out of the house, because a real true man is just simply not going to be controlled. And they're not going to stop in their quest trying to control man. I mean, it's just some women, they're going to try to use every way possible that they can through manipulation and coercion to control you in some way, shape, fashion, or form. And a real man just simply will not be controlled. He will lead. He will take care of his duties and responsibilities. But you know what? The family itself is under a very serious attack. The attack is warranted. The attack, it's real. And we ourselves, not only do we need to recognize and understand this, but we need to push back as much as we can, all that we can. We need to push back against this system and this acceptance of lewdness and debauchery. We really truly do. And it should embolden us even more so to get out there and tell people these uncomfortable truths that people seem to be so comfortable in nowadays. We got to make sure that the when they're around us, they're not feeling comfortable in no way, shape, fashion, or form. I think it's just a sad reality, though. But hey, it is what it is. What can we do about it except what the Messiah told us a long time ago, which is what? Save ourselves from this untoward generation. Just save yourself. That's all you do. Don't worry about nobody else. Save yourselves. And in saving yourself, you'll end up saving others. So just save yourself. Definitely from this untoward generation. And it is an untoward generation. Well, we got enough going on here, probably for the next 4 or 5 months here straightway, that we could be, I can tell you, this spring and summer is probably going to go by extremely fast. Again, if y'all know whose cell phone this is, make sure you can get this to them, because I'm sure they have in need of it. I want y'all to just don't go out and waste money frivolously. Don't forget to continue to keep stacking your beans and rice, your peaches, your canned goods. Work towards staying in optimum health, because they're not going to do it. Avoid as possible, as much as you can. Avoid eating, those a lot of those foods out there. If you can fast, you can wait. Wait till you eat at home. Hallelujah. Just wait till you can eat at home. This year's feast, just when you think, and we always say that, things ain't gonna do. This is about top line. I mean, we'll never top this. They ain't gonna get no better. Just when you thought that you could say that and stuff, then guess what the Most High does? He tops it. Now, the one thing I am a little disappointed in is this. I made it clear, abundantly clear, that if you are sick, given this present environment right here, in any way, shape, fashion, or form, don't come to this feast. Some of you came to this feast anyway, and I'm banking on the integrity of your heart, that you would actually would have obeyed that. But then some of you came anyway and got one of our saints up here, old Mother Lillian, sick there a little bit. Now everybody else on the community seemed to be doing fine. I think a couple had a couple of sniffles or something like that, but we're fine up here straightway. We're totally fine. Also, I got to give this news out right here. In the ministry, you have to understand that your pastors and your elders, we are men of character. And it's important that people communicate. We can't force nobody to communicate. Hey, and by the way, Carol, y'all, if Summer comes in here, tell her she can open up the door and come on in here and do her close. She don't have to wait, okay? But we believe in communication and accountability. The ministry, we've had to sit a couple of elders down. Now, we can't strip them of title because the Most High Yah doesn't do that. He doesn't give titles or give responsibilities and then just say that that you're no longer worthy of that title. What he does is remove you from the responsibility of it. The Bible teaches if a man can't even rule his own house, how shall he take care of the house of Yah? So we made the decision and choice until further notice to sit down Elder Austin and to sit down Elder Donnie until further notice. And what I mean by sit down, they still have their calling of an eldership, but they have none of the duties, the authority, the power, or the responsibilities of elders whatsoever at all. Down there in South Carolina, there's a new contact, Brother Micah, down there, and Elder Doug will direct y'all there. And so until we get Elder Austin up here so we can sit down and speak to him face to face and let him know what our expectations is in the ministry going forward and how things will run. And that goes for any one of the elders and stuff. If you can't comply with that, then we have to set you down as well. And hey, if you choose to want to kick the traces on that, I ask myself all the time, where's the honor at? You know, over the years, I've given a lot of blood, sweat, tears, sacrifices, and money to make sure that the saints of the Most High Yah would have a community and an environment, a place to be able to stay debt-free, a place to be able to lay their head. And they're deserving of that. And that's why I take the time, the energy, the effort, and the resources to make sure that Yah's will is being done as he gives it to us here on this earth. And so there ain't gonna be no bias and no passes or no favoritisms. Ain't gonna be none of that. Everybody's gonna be held accountable. And of course the wisdom is, if you hold each other accountable now, then you want to sit in their seat up there later at the time of judgment when it's time to adjudicate things. I hope that's making some sense. But so I think that everybody in ministry, y'all need to know that. That ain't nothing being done underminedly and under the table. And when we sit flat out set up here and tell you that changes are coming, usually, you know, the Bible always says, the Most High Yah usually always gives us warning. He always gives us warning before destruction even comes. Today, people don't even give a damn about warnings or anything. I'm asking today, where's my honor at? Where's my honor with all the sacrifices I made to make sure that families, communities thrive? Where's my honor? Where's my respect at for the work nowadays? And why is the dishonor so much at a heightened sense? And why is it that we can't just simply comply? You go to a job, you'll comply. You go to a business, you develop your own business, you expect your employees to comply. You expect to have impeccable character and stuff when you're doing certain things. We get into the ministry, everybody just acts batshit crazy, like they don't have no accountability, they have no authority, and they act just like they have total damn anarchy. Well, it's not going to fly here straightway. You can do that in camps. You can do that in Christian churches. They ain't going to fly over here. I don't care who you are. We have order and structure, and we're striving to enter into straight gate to get to the kingdom. And we want to make sure that the next generation is striving as well, as much as they can. We're going to make sure that all the brethren and the people that are here now, that they can easily be able to look out and discern what to look for when you're looking in the character and nature of another person that's coming behind you. We differ nothing from a servant. We're not here in this life to serve ourselves. We're here to serve the Most High Yah. And we're here to do that in the spirit and the beauty of holiness. Now, Satan definitely knows he has but a short time, because look how he's pouring everything and putting everything on. But nevertheless, we're still going to prevail. No matter what, the assembly is going to prevail. If you're not a patron of mine, you may want to look at the link down there and consider becoming a patron. We're going to talk about a few more things. It's time for me to get back up on the community series. You know, logistically, when you are bringing 864 people to your home, that's another thing I think people don't really truly get, is that when you come to Straightway, you're literally coming to a people's home. It's not the campground. It's not the mall. It's not a rec facility. You'll come to our house. And how would you like for people to treat your house if invited? That's what's basically happening. But we have to be reminded of these things over and over and over and over and over again. I want y'all to pay attention. I need for y'all to, when you're listening to my videos, you need to always hit the like button. Always, do something far as how did Brother Shannon put it today? Let me see how he put it, because I'm working on different things over here. Hit the bell icon. Some people saying they're not getting their notifications no more. It's off of the chain. I don't know what's going on. Always make a comment. Please try your best to make the sacrifice and make a comment. And when you're dealing with the ads or something like that, if you got these long 20, 30-minute ads, 5-minute ads and stuff, all you got to do is watch it for about 30, 45 seconds. That's good enough. All right? We're going to try to update the site even more so and put screen cards at the end of each video so we can direct the listening audience to more of our content so they can be better informed. So make sure you hit the subscribe. Make sure you comment. Make sure you hit the bell button, the like button, and do this for each and every single video, okay? So we can do whatever we can to help the growth and the work of the ministry, because we truly, I've lived by example, and I'll try my best to be the best example as I can, hopefully that it would inspire other people as well to be some type of an example. I'm hoping that they're so. I'm hoping that the labor and the things that you've learned, they simply ain't in vain. But I truly, I need, if you expect honor out of myself, the pastors, and the elders, then expect it out of yourself. If you expect truth and integrity out of the pastors, the elders, and all of us, then please expect it out of yourself. Don't have a double standard. Don't be a hypocrite. All right? So I thought I'd come on here real quick because I'm going to be on 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. We do that every Friday night, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Set your calendar, your dates to that in order. I enjoyed every single one of you this feast days. I truly did. We had so many people, and we're still getting in doctor verification of people who have had healings from incurable. That's what they said. Incurable diseases. So many deliverances going forth. So many healings. I mean, just so many. Listen, y'all have got to understand that obedience is better than sacrifice, and to hearken is better than the fat of rams. All right? To obey. It's always better. And when you choose to disobey, that ain't too good. It never works too good in any shape, fashion, or form. I don't care who you are, where you're going. It just don't never work really that good. You follow me? You've got to obey. Hallelujah. Glory to the King. Let's see what the brothers got here for us as we getting ready to take this out, all right? So y'all be encouraged. We'll be checking y'all out here at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time tomorrow night. Hallelujah. Be good. Every one of y'all, let's get it.